Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you're all doing well. A few weeks ago, Minecraft updated to version 1.19.3. So today I'm going to take a look at 3 clients that have already updated to support the new version. Before we jump into the video, I have to shout out the legends that are my YouTube members. They help me make higher quality content more often. Anyways, enough said. To start, let's look at Wurst is probably one of the most well-known hack clients for Minecraft. Wurst is an open source client and users can either download the client from their website or directly from GitHub. The Wurst Client devs are pretty active, the client updates quite often and always releases updates for the latest versions of Minecraft. Wurst offers over 160 useful modules, 50 different commands and 18 other features including an alt manager. Speaking of which, when you add an alternate account to the alt manager, Wurst automatically encrypts the login information and stores the encrypted data on your computer. Most other clients with alt managers store this information in plain text. Other bad mods can then attempt to steal this info, but thanks to the encryption that Wurst provides, this is not a concern. Another thing that I like about Wurst is its module descriptions. Everything is explained very well and the client even has its own wiki page for anyone that needs additional documentation. This is why I personally think that Wurst is the best hack client for people that have not yet hacked before. It is super easy to use and a great starter client in my opinion. Wurst also offers its users 2 different styles of GUIs. The first one is very easy to use and the search feature allows you to quickly find any module that you are looking for. Unfortunately, the second GUI lacks a search feature and in my opinion the implementation of the second GUI is pretty bad. The columns are too short, meaning that you have to unnecessarily scroll to find any modules, and the general look of the columns is just messy compared to other clients. But with that said, I do appreciate that they have added 2 GUI options. Another appearance problem with Wurst is that the client does not offer any custom font options. The GUI is hardly customizable. You can change the background color and transparency along with the text color, but that is it. This definitely feels outdated compared to other clients that have fully customizable GUIs. Wurst also lacks a HUD editor. Modules are either enabled or disabled. You cannot click and drag them anywhere on screen, which is a bit annoying and again feels outdated. And lastly, when it comes to the modules offered by the Wurst client, they definitely aren't the best. While the client offers a lot of modules, they just are not as good as other clients. It feels like the devs chose quantity over quality. This isn't to say that all of the modules are bad, but the modules are definitely less effective than other clients. While the modules are somewhat customizable, they lack settings when compared to other clients. If we look at the Anchor Aura module and compare the amount of settings to other clients like Meteor for example, you can clearly see the lack of options offered by Wurst. In conclusion, Wurst may be a good choice for players who are new to using hack clients, as it has detailed module descriptions and an easy to use GUI. This makes the client less powerful for more experienced players, so if you have never used a hack client before, I would recommend the Wurst client. But if you have experience using hack clients, maybe try one of the other clients in this video. Aristois is another free client for Minecraft Java Edition that is always updated to the latest versions of Minecraft. Aristois has its own custom installer which gives its users the option to install the client with either Fabric or Forge. I'm not sure why, but a lot of people ask me if there are any modern clients made for the latest releases of Minecraft that support Forge. So for those people, Aristois may be the client that you have been looking for. Upon launching Aristois for the first time, you are given some extra information about the client. Sadly, the client dev has decided to lock some of the client's features behind a paywall. I really don't like this, and I don't like that the paywall is a bit deceiving. The cheapest option says €8, but it is actually 8.99, basically €9. Something about that just doesn't feel right to me. Funny enough, the modules that are kept behind the paywall are not even very good modules. I would expect the PvP modules or more important modules to be behind the paywall, but that isn't the case, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Speaking of missing modules, Aristois lacks both a bed bomb and Anchor Aura module, which are both essential PvP modules for the latest releases of Minecraft. Aristois, much like Wurst, also lacks a custom HUD editor, and the GUI is hardly customizable customizable. It once again has columns that are too short, meaning that you have to unnecessarily scroll through features to find the modules that you are looking for. Thankfully, Aristois does have a search feature which makes finding modules a little bit easier. When it comes to the modules that are offered by Aristois, they all lack settings, but some of them work better than the modules offered by Wurst. Aristois also has good descriptions for all of its modules, and using the client is pretty straightforward, so it again may be a better choice for people that are new to hacking in Minecraft. Aristois has features for anarchy servers like Crystal Aura and Offhand, but it also offers more minigame related features like Prop Hunt or Murder Mystery. While I don't find these modules very helpful, they may be helpful to some of you. Overall, Aristois is a decent client. It is definitely targeted at people that are new to hacking or to people that play on anarchy servers and minigame servers. While the client offers a few good modules, I don't like that half of the modules are hidden behind a paywall, and while most of the modules offered by Aristois work, they lack a lot of customization settings. But with all of that being said, it is one of the only clients that supports the latest versions of Minecraft with both Forge and Fabric. Meteor is the biggest and most well-known free hack client for the latest versions of Minecraft. Meteor is an open source fabric-based client that can be downloaded either from their website or directly from their GitHub. Unlike Wurst and Aristois, Meteor only supports the latest versions of Minecraft. The only way to use Meteor on old versions is to use via Fabric. When it comes to features, Meteor is far ahead of its competition. Meteor has a lot of features and all of these features have a lot of settings. This makes using the client a nicer experience, and it means that the client can be configured to work better on a wider range of servers. Unfortunately, Meteor is not perfect. The client does lack some modules like new chunks, for example. When it comes to PvP modules, Meteor works, but it is not the best out there. Not by a long shot. To get the latest and greatest PvP modules, you will have to add some of the community-made client add-ons to the client. These add-ons will also give you access to some of the missing modules like new chunks. Unlike Wurst and Aristois, Meteor offers its users a very well-made and customizable HUD editor. While the HUD editor works well, I prefer the HUD editors with a column of modules that can be enabled, disabled, or edited. All of this is still possible with the Meteor client, but the layout seems a little bit weird to me. But besides that, the HUD editor is very customizable and functional. When it comes to the client's GUI, personally I don't like how it looks by default. Thankfully the GUI is very customizable and it is possible to make the client look a little bit better. I still personally prefer the look of other clients, but at the end of the day these are purely aesthetic preferences and don't mean much to the actual functionality of the client. Overall, Meteor is still the best choice when it comes to free clients for the latest versions of Minecraft. Meteor is very customizable and provides everything you need to hack in Minecraft. But for those of you that are more serious about PvP, I would recommend trying out some of the add-ons that have been made for the client.